I'm about to share with you dozens of things you can do to become a better saxophone player and musician this year. These things are going to apply to every level of player, from beginners to seasoned pros. I made this list as much for myself as I did for you, since these are things I strive to do on a daily basis. I've organized the list into categories, and the first one has to do with our health. Make sure you're getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. Playing music at a high level requires us to be well rested. Don't underestimate the value of sleep. You got to keep yourself in shape. Playing the saxophone requires a healthy set of lungs and strong back muscles so we don't get hurt just holding and blowing the thing. Do some form of light exercise on a regular basis, a few times a week, and you'll be a better musician for it. Eat better. Staying physically fit is going to help you play best. The easiest way to do this is to maintain a healthy diet. You know what's good for you and what's not. Make healthier choices more often, and you'll be glad you did. This one is obvious. Don't smoke. If you're one of the dinosaurs still smoking, maybe this is the year you finally quit. It's gross and makes you and your saxophone smell yucky. Drink less alcohol. It's not good for you, and too much can really have a negative effect on your playing. Not to mention, it makes you fat. Don't do drugs. Drugs are bad. That's all I have to say about that. Playing the saxophone at full volume will mess up your hearing over time. Get some earplugs and use them when you practice, during rehearsals, and at loud concerts. I use a pair of molded earplugs that I got about 20 years ago. An amazing investment. While there is a lot of high quality content out there, you do have to sift through mountains of garbage. Take a targeted approach to the media you consume. Don't let the algorithms choose everything you watch for you. Stay in control of what you do with your time. Put your phone down and keep it away from you as much as possible. I still don't read as much as I'd like to, but time spent reading books is so much more valuable than time spent on your phone or watching Netflix. Reading about your favorite musicians helps us achieve a much more complete understanding of the music we want to play. The next best thing is to watch interviews, videos, and podcasts from great musicians. The value you can get for free is immeasurable. If you haven't been watching the amazing interviews with great saxophonists on this channel, you're really missing out. When you read books and watch documentaries, you will get constant ideas for things to listen to. Make a list and start discovering new music you haven't yet heard. There is literally an endless supply of amazing music out there. Go back and listen to stuff that inspired you in the past. Music affects us differently as we get older, and it's a fun exercise to revisit old favorites and see how our perspective may have changed. For every TV series, movie, or entertaining video you watch, be sure to consume something educational as well. It doesn't have to be music related. It's just a good habit to use leisure time to learn stuff. If you don't have a good mouthpiece, you're just making the process of playing the saxophone miserable. The difference is night and day, and a good mouthpiece is probably the best investment you can make in your saxophone life. You don't have to spend a ton either. If you're starting out and developing your sound, I recommend you get one of these BetterSax classic mouthpieces, which are under $40. Once you've built up your sound a bit, choose a tonal direction you want to go in and explore the many great options available at all different price points. The BetterSax burn-in mouthpieces are killer, and you should definitely check those out as well. Make sure you're playing on good quality reeds that are the proper strength for you and your setup. So many people are playing on reeds that are too hard, which causes them to put too much pressure on the reed and choke off the sound. For most people, a 2.5 or 3 strength reed is going to be ideal, depending on your mouthpiece tip opening. Now, there are lots of great cane and synthetic reeds available. If you play cane reeds, I would stick with the ones made in France, like our Better Sax jazz cut reeds, which are made from organically sourced French cane and play incredibly well. Doing quick adjustments on reeds has been a total game changer for me since I started doing it years ago. This is one of the easiest ways to improve your saxophone life. The BetterSax Geeklet keeps the table of your reeds flat, allowing a perfect seal with the mouthpiece, which results in way better response, projection, sound, and your reeds are going to last longer. All saxophones are slowly going out of adjustment over time and as we play them. You are probably due for a visit to your local repair technician. Go call them and make an appointment today. It's so much easier and more fun to play on a well-adjusted saxophone. If you don't swap your saxophone out after playing, it's just gross. Don't be lazy. Take the 60 seconds to swab out the body, neck, and mouthpiece. Keep those parts dry and your horn will stay in adjustment longer, smell better, and retain its value longer. Get yourself a BetterSax Ultimate Swab Kit if you don't already have one. Practicing is not just a way to get better at playing music, it is a super healthy activity for our minds and bodies. The act of focusing on a complex task without distractions or interruptions is extremely valuable. It's basically training for being effective in all areas of life. In order to do this, you need a dedicated practice space where there's nothing else to do other than practice, where you can remove all distractions and just focus. Once you have that awesome, dedicated practice space, get yourself in there. You don't even have to practice. Just go to the space with your instrument. Since there's nothing else to do in there, you're going to end up practicing. Make it a habit to constantly be introducing new material into your practice sessions. It is very common to get caught in the trap of practicing the same stuff for weeks, months, even years. This is a sure way to stifle your progress. Switch things up and diversify what you work on. This will totally accelerate your progress, I promise. In addition to switching up what you practice, make sure you are hitting the Goldilocks zone in terms of difficulty. Material that is too easy will bore you and you won't get better. Material that is too hard will discourage you and you won't get better. Find the sweet spot just outside of your comfort zone and you can make steady progress. Nobody is judging you more harshly than you judge yourself. Stop beating yourself up for your mistakes. Be kind to yourself and you'll get far better musical results. This is the topic of Kenny Werner's two great books, Effortless Mastery and Becoming the Instrument. We have to learn how to clear our mind, think positive thoughts, relax, and get into a flow state. This will help us be better at any task in life. Music is the perfect playground to develop this ability. Transcribe. If you've never done it, start. Anybody can do this. If you haven't done it in a while, start. Transcription is probably the #1 activity when it comes to improving your musicianship. No backing track, no metronome, just you. There's nothing wrong with using those tools, but we tend to end up relying on them rather than ourselves for the underlying musical pulse and harmony. And that is a weakness. With so many books and materials to practice from, we can forget to be spontaneous and allow ourselves total freedom. Take time every day to just pick up your instrument and play whatever comes to mind. It's liberating and revealing at the same time. Try it, and I think you'll see what I mean. The first step to getting better is identifying what we need to improve. Record yourself playing, listen back, and identify your weaknesses and be honest. Write those things down and then start focusing on them rather than stuff you're already good at. If you want to improve, you need to address your weaknesses. Don't hide from them. It's easy to keep practicing the stuff you already sound good on. It is much more challenging and rewarding to focus on that which needs the most attention. If you don't have the playing opportunities, you know you need to get better. You can organize them yourself. Invite other musicians to come jam and play music together. It's fun and social. When you have guests over, play music for them, or even better, with them. If you can, spend as much time as possible with musicians that are better than you are. Playing with them is going to raise your level up, and you'll learn more about music from this experience than just about anything else. I love asking people what they practice, and it's an endless source of new creative ideas. How many concerts did you go to last year? It is way better to get out into the world among other people and hear a great concert than it is to stay home another night watching streaming TV on the couch. Be social, interact with other humans, support culture in your community, get inspired, and get out of the house. Go to more live shows. When was the last time you had an in-person saxophone lesson? You don't have to sign up for a weekly lesson commitment. If there is a player you like locally or who offers online lessons, sign up for a one-off lesson here and there. A good teacher can give you months of stuff to work on in a single hour. If you want to join an amazing community of saxophone players who are all helping each other get better, please check out the Better Sax Studio, where you can study music, saxophone, and improvisation with me. Every month, I put together new video lessons, PDF workbooks, and audio tracks for you to learn from. There are hundreds of videos in our library, and you can access all of it for a very low monthly price. Visit the link in the description to learn more about it. Now, if you want some concrete ideas on exactly what to do in order to get better at improvising, go watch this video next, where I explain why you should stop practicing your scales once you know them and what you should be practicing instead.